On-screen text, technology trend, #4U risk gear list LighterPack shark family snow scary movie. Your For You page can turn into a chant. Not out loud, quietly in your pocket, repeating the same vibe until it feels like truth. And right now, those trending keywords, #4U risk gear list, LighterPack shark family snow scary movie, are a perfect window into how that happens. Here's why this matters now. Most of us don't experience the internet as a neutral library. We experience it as a rhythm. Scroll, see a clip, swipe, see another, swipe, see another. Different creators, same emotional note. That's not automatically evil. Sometimes it's helpful. You wanted backpacking tips, and suddenly you've got 5 smart packing ideas. You wanted a movie recommendation, and now you've got a whole watch list. But the same mechanism that helps you learn can also compress your thinking, not by persuading you with arguments, but by repeating a feeling until you live inside it. The book excerpt is about chanting, not just protests, any repetition that synchronizes emotion. It makes one point that's uncomfortable and incredibly useful. Repetition rewires attention. When something is repeated often enough, your brain stops evaluating it and starts embodying it. Emotion follows rhythm, not reason. Now swap a crowd chanting with a feed refreshing. Same mechanism, different delivery system. The real question becomes, what emotion is your feed enforcing through repetition? Think about how trends cluster. One week your feed is snow videos, beautiful storms, car slips, cozy cabins, near-miss driving clips. Another week it's scary movie edits, jump scares, ominous music, lists of most disturbing scenes. None of that is a formal argument. It's not saying, here is the logical case that the world is unsafe. But if you watch enough near misses, enough horror edits, enough what could go wrong clips, your nervous system gets trained. Imagine you're planning a simple winter trip. You search once, snow driving tips. After that, your feed starts serving. Black ice compilation, truck slides into ditch. This is why winter roads are deadly. Top mistakes people make in snow. By the 10th clip, you're not gathering information anymore. You're absorbing an emotional pattern, vigilance, dread, adrenaline. And here's the tricky part. The feeling feels earned because it came with images. If you keep seeing the same emotional tone, fear, outrage, superiority, doom, don't assume it's reality getting clearer. It may be repetition getting stronger. Risk is one of those words that can improve your life. Safety planning, medical advice, digital security, financial caution. But it also has a dark side. When risk becomes a constant drumbeat, it can turn into a worldview where ambiguity feels unacceptable. This is straight from the excerpt. Chanting does not invite reflection, it demands alignment. The longer it continues, the less space there is for nuance. Online alignment looks like the only acceptable response is panic, contempt, or certainty. You find one video about day hiking safely. Great. Then you get served more. Never hike alone. Here's what happened to me. If you don't carry these items, you're irresponsible. People who ignore this deserve what they get. Notice the shift. It starts as practical advice and turns into an identity test. Not, here's a smart progression. But if you don't do it exactly like this, you are the problem. That's the chain effect. Emotional boundaries, who belongs, who doesn't. And once that boundary is drawn, thinking feels like betrayal. Risk is useful when it produces clear action, not when it produces permanent If you've ever fallen into backpacking content, you've seen it. Meticulous packing lists, people trimming weight, swapping gear, optimizing setups. This is repetition too. The same phrases, the same comparisons, the same what I carry forward. And it can be genuinely constructive, because repetition can be focused and united, like the excerpt said. You watch 5 different creators build a simple gear list: water system, insulation, shelter, first aid, navigation, food. You start noticing patterns. You stop overpacking. You feel calmer because your plan is clearer. But same mechanism. If you're not careful, it flips. The feed starts pushing ultralight purity, and suddenly, your perfectly fine jacket feels wrong. You're spending more time optimizing than hiking. Every trip feels like a performance review. The repetition quietly changes the goal from go outside safely to be the kind of person who carries the approved setup. Repetition is a tool. Use it to build habits, not to outsource your identity. Here's the memorable line to keep: whoever controls repetition controls emotion, and emotion shapes action before thought shows up. So next time your Hash For You page locks onto risk, snow, scary movie, or gear list, ask, what feeling is this training in me, on purpose or by accident? If you want more scripts like this, follow, and try one scroll session today where you interrupt the chain.